Hi, it's Bev here with Be Beautiful with Bev, and this is the tutorial on how to do a very basic hack. And I'm just going to kind of step through the process. You can take this video with you into your bathroom on your phone, prop it up, and hopefully it'll step you through step by step. I'm hoping that you did take advantage of the 3D hack brush, because that's the brush I'm going to be using today, as well as the multitasker. And yes, you can totally get a whole look done with just those two looks. Now, I'm not sure whether you got your mini stack loaded up or whether you did upgrade yourself into the double D, and because I'm going to be working out of the double D today. Alrighty, and you're going to notice that I've got my contours lined up with my labels, and then I've got this is my contour, my bronzer, and an illuminator lined up over there. And on the bottom, I have my brush cleaner for eyeshadows and just a nice selection of lip colors. This can totally take you anywhere you want to go. But let's get started on a hack. You're going to have your face clean and moisturized, and do give the moisturizer a chance to set in before you do put your makeup on, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I am going to start with my color correcting color, and for me that's June. For you it might be Mango. I'm not sure. For each person needs a different thing. And I'm using the small end of the multitasker brush, and I'm just really, I probably have a little bit too much on there, but what we're going to end up doing is taking it and pressing it in with that. And I do have a lovely little spot up here. With the fine end of the brush, you can totally land up. Now my brush is stained pink. You notice I'm not getting any pink transfer, but look at how the June canceled out that red. So the other thing is I do have, just kind of on my nose and right up in there, you're going to notice I have a little bit of redness going there. So I'm totally, and the big thing with our collection is that a little bit goes a long way, and I'm just totally tapping it in. That little is what we'll end up doing. And I'm just going to tap that into the area that I'm wanting to color correct. There. Okay. Just a little bit goes a really long way. I'm not putting on a heavy layer, and I'm just kind of tapping that in right now. There. So I've got to even that off as best as I want it. So now what we're going to end up doing is we're going to take our very lightest color, and we are going to use the pointed end of the brush, tap it in just a little bit, and I am going to kind of take this V underneath my eye and down. I like to start with the lighter colors first, and you're going to notice I'm tapping it ever so lightly, and I'm just really paying attention. Some people do have to color correct under their eyes. I find mine are not that horrible. Like seriously, for a gal that's 67 years old, I can't complain really a lot. And so I'm using amber right now, and I'm just kind of tapping that in there. The other thing I'm going to end up doing is doing this triangle underneath over my forehead here. I'm going to bring that down my nose. It's starting to look bizarre, isn't it? Yeah. So I basically have created this triangle like this, okay? There we go. And I like to really get in with my lighter color right along there. Oh, the other place I like to do this as well too, because again, being more mature, my eyes tend to be just a little bit darker. I'm just going to do a dab underneath my eyebrow to help even that off. And like I say, for me, I find it just works really well in there. So that's those colors. Now what I'm going to do is take my Sandy, which is my next, my darker color, and I still have a bit left on the brush. If you're concerned about that, totally just take a cloth or a paper towel. I've just got a quick paper towel here, and you could It will get rid of most of it, but if you're really concerned, then our brush cleaner is amazing. So now Sandy is my main what we would consider a foundation color. And again, I'm just doing a quick little tap. If you've got the right color happening for your face, it will really fix up a lot of different areas for you. See that little redness on my cheek right there? And I like to put the darker color now just on the bottom of my nose and over top. Now the younger gals will land up kind of brushing everything all over the place. You know, they'll do more of this, but I find for the mature skin, the tap, tap, tap is really what we land up needing to do. Okay, so bright on this T and then the darker underneath the nose, just for a general rule of thumb. Now next, and again, I'm just going to be using the same brush. I'm going to tap it right into my contour because now I'm going into the dark color. And I am going to do my cheekbones. So the cheekbones, as I've said before, you want to kind of start above there and kind of come no further than the middle of your eye, but almost just to the end of your eyebrow. And the steeper the line that you have it, the more chiseled it looks. If you have a very narrow face, you're going to kind of want to go more like this, but we can totally kind of play with this and really create some illusions. Now the other place where you're wanting to put it, see where your cheekbone is, you want to just come just below your cheekbone, okay? There. This is how we get that really, this is the contour thing, and who knew at the age of 67 I'd be doing the contour thing with my face. All right, and so now I like to just do a quick little swipe right there on the other side. And the other thing we're going to land up doing is just do just underneath my jawline to kind of create that shadow. Can you see on this side? It just looks more defined because I've got that, I've created that shadow, and that's what we're totally doing right here. And I'm totally creating the shadow right over there for myself. Okay, so now what we're going to now do as well is we're going to go onto our forehead, and I tend to do more of this now than when I first started. So if you caught me on my first videos, this is how we land up doing this one. So into the forehead, tap, tap, tap. And I kind of just come right along the side there. And you know how we just kind of had this going like that? So now we're going to blend it. Oh, there we go. That's giving a really good example. Okay. Now, the next area we're going to contour is just along the side of our nose. I'm going to tap my brush into there and I'm squeezing it. You can do this, or you can land up, we have another brush that does a nice fine line as well too. See that? You can use your fingers as well too. What you really need to know is that there is no right way and there is no wrong way of doing this. You just keep working it until you get the results that you're after. Okay, so now that this has all been on your face for a while, it is warming up and it's just going to be easier to blend. So now for me, again, I tend to just, I call this stippling, okay? So we're going to land up just kind of stippling, and I like to start with the light areas first. Okay, stipple, 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 stipple. Don't forget to get your eyes, because we did put some highlight on there. All right, down along the cheek, the chin. There we go. Good, 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 good. And so now that I've got that stippled in, now we're going to start doing is blending, just blending that in. I love this foundation. It just always, it feels so soft and dewy. If it's not feeling soft, if it's feeling sticky, You're using too much is what I have to say, okay? And now anytime I'm circling, I always want to circle up because nature, of course, is doing enough of a job to pull things down. So I want to totally pull things up. So I've got a bit of pressure on the brush, but not a lot. If you put too much pressure, you're going to end up removing everything that you've put on. You see how that's looking? That's looking actually pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to do our contour. And again, just very easy, soft, circling up, circling up. Just going to kind of meld that line in a little bit. We don't want it too harsh, right? There we go. Ah, see how pretty that looks? And again here on the same thing over here, just circling up, circling up. I'm just gonna, there, good. Now for my nose, I tend to just go in here and then I'm gonna just do really little circles just to kind of smudge that all in. There we go. Oh, one place I did forget to contour. Just under my lip, and I had enough left on my brush there on the pointy end to do that. Cool. Alrighty. So there is that part of it. I like to use this brush works just fine. It's quite dense in bristles, but it's working well. And so my next time, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use our multitasker brush. I'm going to clean that end off because I had the color correction on there. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to dip into the contour, the dark color, and I'm just going to outline my lip a little bit. One of the things that happens when we're older, number one, is we lose our color and things get thinned out, like our lips. And we'll end up losing our eyebrows too. And so this is another time that, okay, I need to do it over here and you'll catch me some of it. Just to kind of fill in my eyebrow color as well too. Got a little bit of a dip there. My ends, the ends of my eyebrows have totally, I typically land up using my flat line brush, but I want to show you how even just two brushes can totally, see? And again, I'm not putting much, I'm not loading the brush up a lot. I'm just keeping it really, really light. There we go. Got that going on there. Good. So I got my eyebrows popped up. Next up is and I'm going to just give my brush a quick swipe here. We are going to put on a lip color, a lip and cheek color. And I have Royal, so that one that I had opened up earlier. And I'm just going to tap that in there. Again, it's not much. And that's where you would land up putting it, but I like to put it back just a bit. Okay, one tap. The Royal is a gloss. And again, because I'm a little bit more mature, I really need that little extra pop of color happening for me. So now what we're going to do is my lips. And again, less is more. One thing that I have, some of the tutorials that I've been watching is that less lipstick stays better. Who knew, right? I love the Royal and the Black Cherry. How's that? Looking pretty good. So now I am going to, don't want to put too much on there. Just blend that in just a little bit. And there we go. There is your basic hack without any eyeshadow being done. I'm liking how it's looking. Check back in for some other videos as I create them. We'll talk to you soon. It's Bev with Be Beautiful with Bev.